GC. We are joined today by Dean Burmester, our captain, Louis Oosthuizen, and Brandon Grace. Noticeably absent is Charles Schwartzel. He is out playing the Pro-Am right now and was not able to make it, so we miss you, Charles. Well, welcome, guys. People might not know this or expect it, but the Stingers are a huge country fans, all of you. So, Brandon, you recently bought a home and moved here to Franklin, Tennessee. Can you tell us what makes this part of the country so special and why you moved here?
Yeah, kind of reminds me a little bit of home. It gives me a home away from home, I suppose. But yeah, we made the move about a month ago. We love it. We love the people. Like you said, we're a big fan of the country music, the whole vibe, the whole everything. And we just wanted a little bit more land for my kids. And, you know, it's everything we could have dreamt of. We're loving it.
So is this technically a home game for you this week then?
It is technically a home game. I'm a member down here now, at the Grove as well. So yeah, I played here for the first time last week, and it's great. You know, it's a great place, great estate this, and you know, Greg and his team did a marvelous job out here.
Amazing. Dean?
Home game for him, so we're expecting 3 really good rounds.
All right, you heard it from Cap. Dean, I saw you walking down Broadway last night in a cowboy hat. You seem to be really embracing Nashville. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I think when you have my fringe line, you wear a hat all the time. So, yeah, it was. It's actually quite funny. It was my first time down Broadway, and we've got friends who's actually a country artist, and they live out here. So we met them, and I've got other friends over from South Africa who are with us, and they've been going into town every day and loving it. So we took the opportunity before the function last night just to go down there, and ended up sitting at a bar listening to great music, having a couple, you know, bourbons and a couple of whiskeys. I probably got to say whiskey in Tennessee, I think. Yeah, it was just great fun. I love the hat. I pulled it off the wall of the house I'm staying at, so I didn't pay for it, which is even a bigger bonus. But yeah, it was fun. It was a great evening.
Louis, you are an actual farmer. You spend your free time in cowboy boots on tractors. What is it about South Africans and the country vibe?
Yeah, I don't know about the cowboy boots.
I've seen it.
Dean had great cowboy boots on yesterday. You see his white sneakers with a white cowboy hat.
They'll probably get locked up for that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I grew up on a farm, lived my whole life on a farm. And then, you know, eventually staying in the States for a long time, and then bought a farm down in Ocala. And you know, so we wanted the kids to have the same sort of what me and my wife grew up on. She also grew up on farms her whole life, and yeah, we really enjoy that style.
So the most important question, you guys all have country songs, I believe, for your walk-up songs. Everyone's wanting to know, since you're in Nashville, you're in Music City, who is your favorite country artist? Dean?
I'd probably got to say Chris Stapleton's probably my favorite country artist.
Same.
I'm a big Eric Church fan.
Eric Church?
Yeah.
Same as Dean, Chris Stapleton.
Chris Stapleton.
It's the only one you guys know.
What do you mean? I know Shabuzi. Boom.
Okay, now to some golf questions. Dean and Louis, you guys are both sitting inside the top 10 right now in points, at 3rd and 5th respectively. Tell us about what's clicked with your game this year and how and why you guys are playing so well. Dean, I'll start with you.
Yeah, for me, it's obviously kind of having that home feel. I think in the team environment, and certainly the vibe that we have kind of helps us feed off each other. And last year I had a pretty good season. Brandon had a really strong season. It was nice to kind of feed off him. And then, you know, Louis, I fondly remember, you know, in Tucson last year, and I was waiting on the green with Louis, and you know, I really wanted that. I wanted that obviously for myself, but also for the team and for us to get wins. And yeah, that kind of drives you to, you know, keep practicing and keep grinding it out and getting better. And yeah, I can contribute, you know, just being happy as a whole to kind of my golf.
Do you feel that LIV and the team aspect is really improved your game?
Yeah, definitely, because I get to feed off not only these great players, you know, but I get to feed off a lot of other great players, and you learn from them day in, day out. You know, Bryson obviously is doing amazing things, but I've had the honor of, you know, spending time with him on the driving range and picking his brain, his crazy brain, which is really cool, and you get to understand a lot of that stuff, and you know, those things kind of make it a little easier and maybe make you feel a little less mad and make you feel like, you know, you're just normal and one of the guys out here.
Yeah. And Louis?
Yeah, I think towards the end of last year, I started playing a little better. I've been trying, you know, went back to old sort of things that I knew worked in the past for me, and then had a really good, you know, last 2 events of the season by winning the 2 events in Europe, on the European tour, and then you know, sort of just carried over into this season. But I think being part of a team, it drives you a little bit more. You do get down on yourself, but you got 3 guys, strong guys, to really pick you up and motivate you and to keep on going. And if you have a bad round, it's not the end of the world, but you're always working harder and harder to try and contribute to the team. And you know, being part of something like that, I think your focus is a little bit not just me like it used to be the whole time. It's all about the team setup and environment, and you know I love it, and I think the boys love it as well.
And Louis, you withdrew last week in Houston with a back injury. Can you give us a status update on that?
Yeah, it came out of the blue, really. I woke up and just bending over and came back up, and I was like, oh, that's not good. And got to the golf course, and I couldn't even get in my setup position properly. And I knew it was going to be a case of trying to play, and I would have probably made 1 shot or 2 shots and then walked off. So knowing Wade's right there and he can tee off and help the team, it was an easy decision for me at the end. But yeah, I've had it a long time ago, in the, you know, 5, 6, 7 years ago, where something like that happened. So it was a strange one, but I'm all good. I'm ready to go this week. And
back to 100?
Yeah, I'm back. I mean, I didn't play much last week. I've done some. I played on. When did I play? Saturday last week, and 9 holes, and it felt okay. And played with the boys on Tuesday, and it's all good.
So we talked about Bryson just for a minute. I just want to get everyone's reaction to Bryson's win at the U.S. Open, and if you guys were watching, and just kind of your feedback on it. I'll start with you, Brandon.
Yeah, geez, what a spectacular win for him. I mean, it's, you know, not just for him, but for LIV. I think we were all cheering for Bryson. I watched it. I'm sure they did as well. I don't think I've been that nervous for somebody else before in my life. You know, just kind of what happened, where he hit it, that sort of things, and how he got out of trouble every single time. And, you know, obviously the clutch up and down on 18. But it was amazing to see, and it's nice to see, like last night, the nice words that he said towards LIV, the LIV guys. You know, we all took a big step coming over here, and it was nice to see that, you know, a guy like that also is trying to give back to us as well and dedicate it to us as well. So it's nice we all feel like a brotherhood out here, not just, you know, in a team, but in a LIV aspect as well.
And Dean, you got to experience how tough that course was, just having played it. Can you give us just on how remarkable Bryson's win was?
I'm trying to not relive my performance that much last week. But listen, I don't know how you make birdies, let alone shoot under par, around a place like that when it's playing that tough. Well, I certainly felt that way, and for him to shoot, you know, 6 under around there over 4 days under those conditions is, I mean, it's crazy how good that is. I don't think people realize how small your margin of miss was around a place like that. You know, you've really got to be on the top of your game to make birdies and to not make bogeys. And, you know, I think towards the end of that round, you can kind of see with pressure what was really able to happen. And, yeah, for him to hold his nerve is incredible. And, you know, I'm super proud of him, and I think everybody here is super proud of what he's done and achieved. And it's an amazing feat to be a 2-time major champion, and he should certainly, you know, relish in that.
And last one from me, we were talking about the team aspect and how important it is. You guys have obviously, as a team, faced some challenges this year with Charles' wife being diagnosed with breast cancer, and you guys have all really rallied around him. You guys all shaved your head. You have the breast cancer flag on your bags. Can you just talk a little bit about, you know, that team aspect and how important that is when you're going through something so challenging in your personal life, and how important it is to have your friends around you? I'll start with you, Louis.
Yeah, I mean, not just as a team. I think anyone in life that goes through stuff like that need to, you know, that's where I think friendships really help you, and and close family, and to get through those things. And I mean, you look, we just told them we're there for you and whatever you guys need, and whatever we can do. And it's not a great time for them to go through, but we all try and keep them positive, and they're very positive and going through these things, and they're seeing the best people that can help them with that. So we're just there for them when whatever they need, and try and keep his mind off things and just get on the golf course and play. And he's done unbelievable. I mean, I think everything happened sort of the Oman week before our season started. So for him to still play under all of those things and playing really, really good, he's got a strong character, and Rosalind's been unbelievable. So it's just nice to see. I think we're actually bonded a little bit even more as a team and as friends, and they're going through this, but they'll get through it. They're good.
Brandon, you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, it's it's easy to support somebody like that when you know the family really, really, really well. For us, we're not just part of the team, but we're 4 very good friends. So it's easy to give back like that and do simple things like shaving your head. There was no doubt in anybody of us, came of we're going to do it, and the whole team actually did it. Not just the 4 of us, but all the physios, the management staff, everybody, the caddies. So, but we're there for them. We support them all the way, and like Louis said, whatever they need, we got their back, and it's just nice knowing that they know that.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I'm going to kick it over to your biggest fan, Mr. McAllister.
Where's your Stingers hat?
Yeah, come on, Mike.
Biggest fan's got to have a Stingers hat on.
You need a
We'll get one.
So, as the league leader in scrambling, I don't know if you knew that or not, Louis, I just was curious how you evaluated Bryson's 55-yard bunker shot on 18.
I had, in Miami, where Dean won, I think I had 65 yards on the 17, and it pitched 92 into the water. So I knew exactly how difficult a shot that was. I mean, I don't think he could have left himself a more difficult shot. I think the stat was, 1.7% or something for him to up and down. I mean, when he hit it there, I was like, you can actually lose it here. Never mind playoff, he can lose it here, because if you go a little aggressive and you get it long, then you got that treacherous one coming back. I said to him on the range yesterday, you're not going to hit that shot again. Not under those situation or that situation again. There was just one of those. It was meant to be your event or your tournament, and then you pull those great shots off.
And Dean, you mentioned talking to Bryson yesterday on the range. What was it like to hit that crank driver?
I mean, if there were people on the right of that range, they would have been severely injured, is what I would comment on that. I don't. It wasn't great, but then the second one, I mean, not only are his grips a lot bigger than what I'm used to, but how upright his driver is something else. But the feel of the face, and when he told me hit as big a hook as I can, and it came out with a little 5-yard draw, that kind of blew my mind a little bit. So we all know that he's kind of the scientist in our game, and he's developing, 3D printed irons, and I know Louis loves his gadgets. He could be building his own irons soon. He's got every gadget under the sun, so he's going to get a 3D printer. Hey, Louis? No?
I'm okay. I'll just stick with my clubs.
But yeah, it was pretty cool, and those are the kind of moments I was talking about earlier, or things like that, where he doesn't mind you actually hitting his driver and looking at his irons and maybe hitting a couple and just learning off him. It's pretty awesome.
And also, I wanted to ask you, of the top 7 guys in points right now, you're the only one that's not a captain. I was wondering if you took a certain sense of pride in battling the captains there at the top.
I suppose I do now. or do I feel like the odd one out? I don't know. But, I suppose, thank you, Louis, for picking me then. Giving me the chance to kind of play amongst the captains.
There was no one else. So.
There was no one else. Thanks, Louis. You're probably not wrong, really.
And one last question from me, just for all three of you. So the Olympics field was released on Monday, and I was just curious what you guys thought of the process, and if you thought that each country should go ahead and find their own selection for their golfers, like a lot of the other sports do in the Olympic Games.
Yeah, I think, it's definitely, I'll probably be, getting a little bit of grief for this, but it's, in my opinion, these are the two guys that should be representing South Africa out there this year. Just by what they've won, what they've played, where they've played, how they've performed, and, not just in the last 5 months, but probably the last year or so, if not longer. So I think that's maybe a good call of maybe each country, picking or trying to get their own solution on how they get the criteria right for guys to qualify, things like that. It's definitely a way forward, but, the system at this stage, that's not very accurate. So, we all know that. We all talk about it week in and week out. But these should be the two guys probably representing South Africa out there.
Louis, you got some thoughts on that?
I'm probably the wrong person to talk to. And I think I've said this before years ago when golf became a sport in the Olympics. I grew up with the 4 majors being your main events, and I didn't really see the fit of professional golfers playing in golf in the Olympics to me. So it was never, I had the opportunity to go to one of the Olympics and I pulled out at the end. It was more getting, scheduling wise, getting everything, because it was, at that time, I think it was close to a major, and that was my main focus, always majors, so the Olympics didn't fit into my schedule that year. Looking back at that, I think it would be a nice thing to have on your CV that you could have represented your country. I've represented my country in World Cup and in President's Cup before. Look, the system is what it is. It's I think we all higher up on the world ranking than we are right now. We should be, but I hope the boys play well and that they perform well, and it's still going to be a strong South African team playing.
Obviously, Christian and Eric are going to do South Africa proud, and they've also played some great golf in their own right, which is something. But, to comment on that, I think Louis and I definitely look like Olympians, first of all. I think we are...
they just blasted a bit badly. But
yeah, we just got really bad paint job. But, we'd fit in there, I think, us and the swimmers and the 100-meter runners. Why are you blushing, Louis?
I'm blushing. I don't see myself there.
No, but... But yeah, it would be an honor, obviously, to go to the Olympics and represent your country. I think it's basically the feel we have, and those two guys are going to have that opportunity. So it's super special, and we can only wish them well.
Brendan, to you. Houston obviously wasn't too kind to you. How quickly do you shift your focus to the next tournament instead of staying stuck in the one that might have not gone your way?
I've probably had 7 of those this year. So, for me, it's, the good thing is it's only halfway through the season. There's a lot of golf left. I've had 2 unbelievable seasons, the last 2. I don't feel I'm too far away from kind of what I had the last 2 years. And, it helps being part of a team like this and having these guys. I've had some late range sessions with them on the range trying to help me out and giving me some advice and that sort of stuff. And at the end of the day, it's just one little feeling that you need to get back, and that's the feeling that gets you from finishing in 45th position to winning again. So as golfers, we all have our ups and downs. That's just golf. It's the toughest thing in life. The crazy sport that we do, but it's we still love it. We still get up every day. We still practice. The motivation is still there. I need to play well to be out here again next year. So that's the main focus, and just trying to win golf events.
Hey, this is for Dean. At the Open, I saw you hitting off the 8T, and you were hitting some kind of iron, and I asked you, what was that? And you kind of chuckled and said, it's a 1-iron. Is that always in your bag? Did that play well for partners? How did that go?
Yeah, so, I mean, originally I thought that it was going to firm up a lot more throughout the week, which the fairways really didn't. So, in hindsight, 3-wood probably, I had, I think, 5 perfect 3-woods throughout the week, and I hit 1 1-iron. So, I think it probably didn't suit well, but it is something that I like to use, certainly in windy conditions. To qualify for the US Open at the Bears Club, I used it almost off every tee because of how firm it was. You know, it can pitch 270 and it runs out to 300, 310, and I'm pretty accurate with it. So it's my caddy calls it the in-between club.
Yeah.
Eh?
310. I don't
Louis
even
and I
run, my
I mean,
driver
that's further
doesn't
than our
run out of
drivers, so, I
310.
mean,
I did play with him with Valderrama last year. We played practice round, and he only hit it 20 yards past me with his 1-iron, and I was hitting my driver.
that's when it was said it was the in-between club.
Yeah.
You know, we wish we had an in-between club like that.
So yeah, I'll be using it at the British Open for sure. Probably the next time you'll see it.
Yeah, awesome. And also, just real quick, in the LIV fan community, we refer to you as Lean Dean,
Yeah.
some Clean Dean, and then sometimes Mean Dean.
Yeah.
Which one of those do you prefer?
I'm definitely not Lean Dean.
Mean Dean.
Mean Dean. No. Dean the Machine. Charles calls me the Machine. So the Machine. That's what Charles calls me anyway. So I'm not Lean Dean. Clean. You'd have to ask my wife. I don't know if I'm very clean. Mean. Probably on Tuesdays. I'm pretty mean. Hey, Louis. Yeah. When I'm losing practice rounds.
I think there's one over there.
What's up, guys? First one's for Louis. Louis, in a perfect world where we add a 5th roster spot, and it could be any golfer in the world, who would it be?
In our team?
Yeah, on your team.
Bryson right now.
No brainer, right?
Yeah.
All right, the last one more quick. One, you guys are all big country guys. You guys are in country music, the heart of America. If you could go to any bar after you guys dominate this weekend, which one is it?
I'll go back to that Jason Aldean bar, because if you looked at that John Deere tractor that's there on that 3rd floor, man, it's a nice spot to sit there by the bar. You're not going to go wrong right there. Do I remember it? I got some videos on my phone still, man.
Yeah.
Great. Anyone else? Oh, one over there.
Hi, I'm new to the Nashville area too. Been here 4 years, so it's the reason we moved down here. It's just beautiful, heart of the city, heart of the United States. But there's going to be a lot of new LIV Golf fans because I'm becoming a new LIV Golf fan. What can you tell us about what to expect from watching a team perform, how you prepare, how you get ready, and how to know when we're supposed to cheer and get excited? Any one of you.
I think the slogan "Golf but louder" probably says it for you. You should expect it to be pretty loud. Obviously, the music's pretty good. The vibe is going to be amazing. I think the party hall, they've set it up incredibly well this week. They've got a nice open spot for general admission tickets, and it's going to be pretty rowdy. But yeah, if I had anything to say to the people, bring the noise, bring the energy, because I think the players will thrive off that, and it'll be a good time.
Anyone else? No? All right. Thank you guys so much. Always a pleasure having you in the media center. Lots of laughs. Good luck this week. And we'll be looking for your walkout songs on the party hole.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Go, Lean Dean.